Hey everyone, my name is Susanna and I'm a trans woman. Ooh, scary. Yeah. And just to get to the point, dating as a trans woman is very tricky. We go through all the same things that not all the same things, but most of the same things that we hear. Oh, I should look over here. We go through most of the things that we are going through that cis women are also going through, because we're all women and we this is specifically for straight trans women, straight trans women who date men. And so we pretty much go through the same things, almost the same things that cis women in the negative aspects deal with men. And it's tricky. It's very tricky, but there is even more trickiness involved when you're a trans woman. I really had I've had a rocky dating. Let me just talk about my experience and then I'll kind of get into some other things. I really have had a rocky dating experience with men. Hey, whatever, I'll just be honest. I've dated a lot. I've seen a lot of men. Sure, it's been a lot, but it's funny because it's been so many. At the same time, they're all so similar, and they're all so, maybe it's just my type or whatever, but they're all so similar. I've only been really dating for 3 or 4 years, and still I haven't been in a, not to scare you, but I still haven't been in a healthy relationship. And honestly, of course, I know that's possible for all of us, for everyone. We'll see. It's trickier for trans women. I haven't been in a healthy relationship before. It's been short-lived ones. They've been toxic, and not to say that none of the blame has been on me, but I mean, come on. I'm always so excited for other trans women when, and I encourage them to date, and I'm excited for them, but also I'm very protective and very nervous. I don't even know I can't even see the little camera hole. Is it up there? But I'm also very nervous for them because I know there comes a lot of heartbreak, because it's like, if that woman was a cis woman, and I'd be excited for her to date, but because it's this woman, and I'm excited for her to go out in the world and start dating trans woman, there are so many things that, bro, I'm sorry, but you're gonna get, we have to be strong girls. We're gonna get run over by all, and heartbroken and treated like shit. I feel like at first when you are dating, you, as a trans woman, this is all specifically for trans women, you are looking for this sense of normalcy. Well, this is what normal people, quote unquote normal people are doing. Straight cis people are doing. Oh, this is a taste of everything, right? And you're so excited. Emotions are hard, and I've been in bad relationships, situationships, not even relationships, that I couldn't leave. I couldn't bring myself to leave, even though friends at the time would tell me these things. My emotions and my growth wasn't there, so I couldn't bring myself. So I know emotions are really difficult to deal with, but it's important to really know, at least now, and I think regardless, as a trans woman, you'll learn it eventually, because it's very important. It's so vital and very important, and it'll save you a lot of heartbreak. Trust me. You have to viciously know your worth, and even though you want to, having sex and experimenting, that's totally fine, but with men it's very difficult, because they will use you. They will they're everywhere. They're going to. I'm sorry, and it's very scary, but you just have to know your worth. I'll tell you a story that I had been dating men, going on dates with men, talking to men, And I didn't know what it was that I thought that was normal, that he was sending me these pictures, or he was talking to me in a certain way, or that he wasn't really investing or building in anything towards something. And I thought that was normal. I was dumb and I thought that was normal. Until I saw that my cis girls, friends, that the boys they were talking to weren't treating them that way most of the time. They still do. Men treat cis women, all women badly. Not all men, okay? But more likely, a man will invest in a cis woman, and that's it, investing, and treating her with more respect and love than a trans woman. And I remember looking over and being like, okay, it's weird to like my friend at the time, and be like, okay, this guy is like, he's planning a date for you two, and he's really, wants to try and incorporate you into his life. And I look at the guys I've been talking to, I'm like, that they've not been doing that to me. I'm like, is that how it's supposed to be? And sure, I've had, many or whatever, guys be sweet and want to date, and truly invest in me, but those are guys that I'm not interested in. So the people that you aren't interested in, that they don't matter, because if we're not interested in them, then there's no, you have to be forcing you being into them. I would just say, know your worth. It's tricky because it's a lot of trauma that most likely it's a lot of trauma that we had dealt with as young girls, that now it's like we have to really unpack that. And we didn't have most of I'm speaking out of experience and hopefully some relatability. We didn't have that time with ourselves we didn't have any of that time with ourselves growing up. So we didn't have time to build our confidence and really sit with who we are, and the women that we are. So it's kind of hard to really unpack that. And most of the time we're doing later in our life, as I did. And so it's really kind of unpacking that and really loving yourself, and that you come first before any relationship. You come first. And you are so needed in this world. You have so much to offer. And then we're not less than it, and we're not less than any cis woman. It can kind of be ingrained in our minds and the men we date, their minds, and even society's minds, that we're not better than a cis woman. We're not enough, and we aren't better than them. We're equal. We're the same. It's not like we're better than them or they're better than us. That's not the case. You can decide for yourself if this is the kind of perspective you want to take upon yourself. But I try to remember we are a minority group. I wouldn't say it's a small group, because there are trans women everywhere, and there are women that that can't come out yet or something, So we are a minority, and we have all this stuff to deal with. And my actions kind of speak for all trans women. That's what I remember. That's what I try and tell myself. My actions and how I'm letting other people treat me is what they're seeing, and obviously what other people think doesn't matter, but it builds towards a better society. That I'm doing steps that kind of paint a picture of truly the women that we are. So the men that have they want to look for a relationship in their bio, but then they message you or me or whatever, they message you saying, oh, let's hook up. And you're like, that's confusing. In your bio, you said you were looking for a relationship, and you have all these things that are sweet and looking for something more. But why are you only wanting to hook up with me? That's not okay. You can't have, and you have to remember, it's like, No, he doesn't get to have you and your body whenever he wants. He doesn't get to, because the men that do, they see you as less than. They really do. The men that think that they can get you whenever and they don't have to put in the work for you, that's really what it is. They see you as less than, and you don't want to hang around. You don't even want to be associated or talk to someone that sees you as less than. You are a woman. You are an amazing woman, and hell no, hell no. I just hope that all the trans women that are dating, it's like you really know your worth, and because it's like you're knowing all of our worth. Like, hey, yeah, take us out. You better take us out on a date. We're not hanging out in your room. That's something. I mean, sure, that's situation calls for you guys just chilling in your room. Maybe that's also it depends. But most likely, I would say no. Don't hang out in a room for your first date, because you aren't this like fantasy for him. You aren't this special thing that he gets to try whenever he wants. Like, no, you're a real woman, a real person that comes along. And if he's doing all these other things with all these other women and dating them and treating them right, and then with you, he doesn't, and he falls short and puts less effort into you, that's not okay. And you have to, I would say, if he's not a good man, leave. But before you leave, let him know. Let him know that that's not okay. Speak up about it. Let him know that that is not okay, and then ditch, block him, or whatever. So I just hope that this is something that we can all kind of, we as trans women and even other people, can kind of take to moving forward. I'll make some more videos, but you know, these men really don't see us as cis women as equals, and then with trans women, it's like we are below the low. You know, we are, it's like to them, we are, the bar is like in hell for where we are, and that's not okay. We're so intelligent, we're so beautiful, we're so amazing, we have all this intuition from our experience, and we deserve the best. You deserve the best. So please know that when you're dating, because most likely, all the men you're gonna see most of the time are gonna be bad men. I'm sorry to say, but it's gonna be really tricky. I think the kind of ugly truth is that a lot of men just want to have sex with trans women. They don't care about us, and it's really the truth. And I think, and if you're worried about not ending up with someone, you will. Like, don't worry, you're gonna end up with someone. You're gonna end up with the right man. You're gonna end up with the man of your dreams. Don't worry. That shouldn't be a worry in your mind. You should worry about getting rid of all the bad men. That's what you should be concerning about, and looking for the good qualities in these men, not the bad ones. Don't look for the bad qualities. You should be looking for the good qualities in the men and scouting out the bad qualities. And if they're there, take note. And if there's too much, or if it's really bad, then kick them to the curb, because we deserve the most, and setting the groundwork for the future, really, so that this doesn't have to happen, where people, not even just men, but people just don't see us as less than. So yeah, that's what I'd say. That's what I'd say. It's very tricky. There's a lot to talk about, but I hope that this kind of is a little something, little food for thought.